What are we talking about today?
Talking about today.
You read? What does it say?
What does it say? Food chains.
Yeah, good job. Okay. We're going to talk about food chains and food webs. Okay.
And food webs.
What do you eat? You like to eat? Ice cream? Pasta? Right? Those are good. Pizza? So, what do other animals eat? Do doggies have dog food? But every animal has food, right? You remember watching the owl?
Owl.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we saw the owl on the video, right? Yep. So the owl eats lots of other things, right? But everything starts with the sun. Okay, so let's keep this, try to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, ready? So the sun.
This is the sun.
Right here. Right? Okay, shines on the grass. And flowers. Right? And
Brown egg.
so here. So the sun shines on the grass.
Shines on the grass.
And the grass grows.
And the grass grows.
And it gets its
And it gets
vitamins from dirt.
From dirt.
Right? So what eats grass?
Eats grass.
Bugs. Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
There's that one. So a grasshopper will eat the grass.
And eat the grass.
Yep. That's his ice cream. That's his pasta.
His ice cream. This one, oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What eats the grasshopper?
Eats the grasshopper. Bluebird.
A bird. Yeah. So birds eat insects.
And insects.
That's what tastes good
That's
to
what
them.
tastes good to them.
That tastes like
This is like
ice cream
ice cream
and pasta
and pasta
to the birds.
to the birds.
Okay. Snakes are going to
Snake
eat birds and other small
birds
animals.
And small animals.
Lizards and frogs and stuff like that too.
So this is like too.
Yep, yep. What eats a snake?
This is like
What eats snakes?
what eats snakes.
Are you looking?
Snake.
What eats a snake?
To a bird.
It's a bird. Bigger birds. An owl.
An owl.
Owls, hawks, eagles. Yeah, they're big birds. Bigger birds eat snakes. Okay, but this is called apex predator.
Apex predator.
That means they're at the very top.
The very top.
So nobody really eats
Nobody
them.
eats them.
So when an apex predator dies, because we all die, right? When an apex predator dies,
In this paradise.
and he's laying on the ground, you have decomposers. See? Decomposers like mushrooms and different types of fungus, bacteria, and things like that. And they break apart the owl and they eat it. And they turn it into vitamins for the dirt and the grass. And then the dirt and the grass get eaten by grasshoppers. And it starts all over again. See? Does that make sense?
Does it make sense?
So it goes in a circle, right? And the same thing happens in water. Okay.
How about some water?
Okay? The smallest little organisms, the little tiny, tiny, tiny one-celled organisms you've got like plankton, you've got all kinds of different little things in the water.
In the water.
The sunlight
The sunlight
shines on them
shine on them.
and they grow.
And they grow.
Okay? You got algae, little things like that, and then small little like shrimp creatures like brine shrimp and things like that. They're tiny, tiny, tiny little guys. You barely see them. They will eat the little one-celled bacterias and algae. See? They eat them. Who eats the little shrimp? Little fish.
Small fish.
Small fish. Who eats the small fish? A little bit bigger fish. A mackerel in this case.
Mackerel.
And And then who eats that one? A bigger fish. And then who eats that one? Tuna, that one. Who eats that one?
Large shark.
Huge. They get big, huh?
Large shark.
So, and then
Large shark.
what's this?
Large shark.
Okay, who eats a shark?
Who eats a shark?
What happens? Nobody eats a shark. So he is apex predator.
Apex predator.
Apex predator. So when he dies, the little bacteria and algae in the water will break it apart and form it into vitamins and nutrients that these little tiny organisms will eat. And it starts all over. They eat them, and then the shrimp, little shrimp, will eat them, and then small fish. So what happens, like, you don't like snakes, right? Right? Do you like snakes?
I like snakes.
Yes or no thank you?
I like snakes.
Yeah? Usually you act like you're afraid of them. Is it kind of a, they're interesting, but you would never want to touch one, huh? So, or spiders. You don't like spiders.
Spiders.
Yep. And you don't really like bees,
I
right?
don't like bees.
But you're doing better with it, right?
I'm doing that.
So what happens if we take them out? So if we were to say, here, if we say, we don't like all the spiders or the snakes. Let's do it in this one. Okay, we don't like snakes. We're going to get rid of all the snakes.
I don't have enough snakes either.
Yeah, and then you don't have enough snakes. Then what happens?
I have enough snakes either.
What happens?
Either.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No snakes.
No snakes.
What happened?
What happened?
These little birds,
These little birds?
they have
They have
lots and lots and lots and lots of little birds.
Lots of little birds.
Okay. And then they start eating all of the insects. And then no insects
No insects?
means that everything starts
I
overgrowing.
don't have enough insects either.
And then what happens to the owl?
Owl.
What does he eat?
What does he eat? What happened to the owl?
Yeah, he doesn't have any food now.
Has a really good food now.
Because we took away
Because
snakes.
take away snakes.
So if you take away
And
snakes,
take away snakes.
the owl dies.
Owl dies.
Because he doesn't have food.
But that doesn't have food. Uh-oh, it's dead.
Yep, it's dead. Good job. Yeah, and you don't want to do that. So even though sometimes we don't like snakes or spiders or bees, they're very important. They're really important because if you take them away, one of these animals is going to die because they don't have food all of a sudden. And even bees, you love honey, right? You love honey. We eat honey a lot. Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. You like them, huh? Did you know we wouldn't have peanut butter and honey sandwiches if there were no bees?
No bees.
Yep. So if you take away the bees, no more honey. We don't have any honey. So bees are important. So you actually like bees because you like honey, right? Do you like honey?
I like honey.
Yeah. Do you want to get rid of bees?
And get rid of the bees.
Yes or no?
No.
Nah. Keep the
It's
bees.
not bees.
Yeah, we're not going to get rid of bees because the bees are important. They make you honey, and that's yummy, right? Okay? All right. So, but we're going to talk about food webs because there's lots of things that eat a bunch of different stuff. So you have flowers down here, and all of these start with the sun, right? Because the sun gives energy to everything. And with the dirt and the vitamins in it,
And the vitamins in it.
you can grow plants. You got corn, you got flowering plants, lavender, mangoes, all kinds of stuff. So and you have all kinds of insects that start happening. So you got a fruit fly that eats mangoes. A butterfly likes lavenders and regular plants, the flowering plants. Grasshoppers like corn. So, hey, sit down. Okay. So they like corn and different things that we grow in fields a lot. So, but if we have too many grasshoppers, we're gonna run out of corn, right? And then we won't have corn. We don't want to do that. So
it's dead.
yeah, we don't want to get rid of all of them, but we want frogs and rats because the frogs and rats will eat grasshoppers, right? You don't want to, you need to keep the grasshoppers. You gotta keep the grasshoppers. Yep, you don't like flies, right? But guess what? If you don't have flies, the little birds and dragonflies, they don't have food. No more food.
No more food.
Yeah, and then what happens? They die. So we can't get rid of flies. We need flies, right? So it doesn't mean that we let them take over everything, but you don't want to kill all of them. So everything has its place, right? Dragonflies will eat the fruit flies, and they will eat butterflies, frogs, and rats. See? But then you have snakes will eat rats and frogs, right? And then snakes, you got wolves will eat snakes. Apparently this one, I didn't know that, but you got the apex predator right here.
Eagle.
The eagle on this one is the apex predator. So actually the wolf I think would be more of an apex predator. But there's lots of these, so nothing eats an eagle. It really, a lot of it stops there. Wolves, I don't know that an eagle would eat a wolf like it shows on here, but I think that's an apex predator in its own too. So nothing really eats that. So those ones are really, really important. Sometimes people are sad because there are different animals like hawks or like an eagle. This eagle, they'll eat bunnies and things like that sometimes because they need meat. So sometimes it makes us sad to find that out, but they need to have meat too. So they need vitamins, and if they don't have the vitamins, then they can't live. They'll die. So they have to eat too. You can't get rid of any of them, right? So that's the biggest, most important thing. So what does it mean? What's a large shark? What's he?
Large shark.
Okay. Is he at the top of the food chain? He is an apex predator.
Apex predator.
Yep. You want to get rid of any of these? What happens if they die?
Owl.
Yep. It all falls apart. You don't want to get rid of them. You got to keep all of them in balance, right? So all of them have their place. Right? They're all important.
Battery's dead.
We're all connected. Yeah, kind of like a battery's dead, huh? But you don't want them to die. That's why you keep it going, right? Kind of like charging their lives. Okay, you get it? Hopefully it's sunk in a little. Yeah? And it's not super interactive. I tried to make it good. But yeah. Okay, so food chains, food webs. Good. Awesome possum.
Awesome.